Happy Friday, everybody. Today is September 22nd. Welcome to the Coach DJ channel. Just wanted to hop on real quick again and give you guys a quick hello. I was spending some time today looking at some statistics for youth soccer, and I've been working through trying to understand whether or not this sport is growing or it is declining compared to other youth sports. And it's really interesting because there are a few sources out there that have conflicting information. And I think it's point in time kind of thing. So we see some statistics that are, as of a certain date, and, the trend might look different at a certain point in time. But I did come across an interesting set of statistics that were put together by the Colorado Rapids Youth Soccer Organization, which is very comprehensive, great organization over there, doing a lot of great things. And on their website, they do have a statistics infographic out there. I'll put a link in the description so you can look at that as well. But as far as I can tell, this was collected and uploaded and published on their site back in 2016. So it's, a little bit older at this point, but interesting set of statistics that I was finding out there. And I'm interested in what everyone else thinks too about these, because I think it really speaks to the opportunity to coach and get involved and help with the youth that are involved in the sport. So one of the things that I noticed was, as of 2016, we have more than 3 million players across the United States involved in the sport, and more than 500,000 volunteers and administrators. 300,000 coaches, majority of which are volunteers, as you very well know. So it's very interesting because I think, from 2016 to now, I wonder how these numbers might have changed, right? 52% male, 48% female. And the interesting thing about the 11-and-a-half-year-old median age seems to be how once the youth hit 12, 13 and older, once they hit that middle school range, the participation does seem to drop off. And 6,000 youth soccer participating clubs in the United States, and 1,200 to 1,500 sanctioned tournaments per year, 95,000 registered referees. And we talked about referees a good amount in the last week or so. And what do you think? You think that's more or less than 95,000 now in 2023? I'm wondering if it's less, right? 100,000 ODP players, which is very interesting. Out of 3 million, you're looking at 100,000 of them involved in ODP in some way, and 55 state member state or associations. So soccer associations that may be more than one per state. I know New York, where I am, has New York State West and the New York East association. So Texas has at least 2, I believe, as well. But then you could see the breakdown by age. 48% are 10 to 14, 37% are under 10, and then as they get older, 15 through 17-year-olds, 12 down to 12%. So in the older high school age, 18, 19, entering college, just 3%. That seems to make sense, right? You see the older they get, the more involved they get, with the school soccer programs. The scholastic teams, tend to take a lot of their attention away. But then comparison to other sports, other youth organizations, actually, I think soccer, this is one of the ones that I thought was very interesting, because in 2016, this document has U.S. youth soccer more participation than Little League and baseball. And I've seen other statistics and posts out there where baseball is way more popular than soccer. So it's interesting. But regardless, you could see the general area we're at is around 3 million, which is that's a lot of players out there. Back in 2000, you see the trend of registrations of annual soccer participation kind of level off and flatline up around 3 million. Took a dip in 2014 or 13, looks like. But then 2014 back to where we usually would be. And then, I don't know, back as the years have progressed in the last 8 or 9 years here, I think maybe it could be higher than 3 million. Gender breakdown, you could see an increase in participation of girls and female participation, which is fantastic. And then by state, you can see that, really the 60,000 to and above participation rates, you can see by association, they tend to be gravitating more towards what looks like the higher population centers of the country. States like Maine, Vermont, the Dakotas, Montana, Idaho, Nevada, Alaska, Hawaii. When the population is lower in general, it makes sense that you would see a smaller amount of participation in youth soccer. Interesting, specifically the regions of the country, Northeast, West, etc. By far, the Northeast has what looks like a much higher participation rate, just by volume, and that could again be population based. So total number of youth players in the U.S. 3,055,148 as of 2013, 2014. I'm wondering, where we are these days, and I'm going to keep looking. So I'll most likely be following up to this video with an update on that. But very interesting set of facts here. And I just want to point out another site that I found, projectplay.org, comparison of soccer to baseball. Like, it was looking like, and this is ages 6 to 12, so it might, as of 2021, might be excluding some of the age ranges that the Rapids organization had put together. But for soccer, you could see we're over 2 million between 6 and 12. Is that about right? Maybe. Interesting thing though is you get a little more color on their more recent years, 2019, 2020, up over 6-7% participation compared to 2008, which was to 10.4%. And then I was mentioning baseball. Baseball and basketball in this view have a much higher percentage rate of participation, and total number of kids participating is higher too. So, well, that's all I wanted to kind of share today. I just thought that would be interesting to give a little bit more perspective on, how this looks in the grand scheme of things. But I definitely wanted to, just jump on and take some note of this. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll put some links to this in the description, and I'll keep looking. Hopefully I can find more recent data. If you find more recent data, let me know too. That would be super cool to find. So let me know. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Take care, guys.